All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be looking at a Reddit post I saw. Pull it up here. I apologize, I have an ultra wide monitor as my second monitor, so it really doesn't look great. But basically, it says I'm really struggling versus Protoss. It's got two replays, one versus Sky, one versus Ground. He's tried Lingbane Hydra Lurker, Roach Hydra Lurker, Broodlord Corruptor, and every time their army feels unbeatable. CVP is my lowest win rate by far, apart from Mech Terran, where it's 0, but all 3 matches were against much higher rated players. Basically, I'm struggling against comps that have low numbers of highly powerful units. So let's just jump right into them, and let's just take a look at what we're dealing with here. And let's go ahead now. So what does it look like we have? They're both platinum. Let's go ahead and open this up. Boom. So we're going to mostly focus on the Zerg's point of view, but we will bounce back and forth. Let me turn the music down. Sorry. Okay, so right off the bat, what happened there? Okay, so we're a little slow right off the bat. That's okay. I'm not here to judge you for every little thing. Okay, so we went 13 pool. So something to note about opening with like early pools and stuff is it's kind of a double-edged sword. The reason you do it is because potentially one, you can end the game, yes, but we're looking to get some early economic damage done, some aggression. You're not, the higher you get, the less likely a 12 pool is going to win you the game, or a 13 pool, unless you completely catch your opponent off guard, i.e. they went Nexus first and they didn't scout kind of deal. But the reason I say it's a double-edged sword is because we're also putting ourselves quite far behind economically. We're going to make exactly 10 lings from this. And overall, the number one most important thing is to keep those lings alive as long as possible. Even if we get no value out of them, it sucks, but we have to save them. Because if we don't and we lose those lings, they're going to move across the map with a Zealot and 2 Adepts, and they're going to force more units out of us when we're already so far behind on drones. So you really have to be aware when you do early pool builds like this. If you just want to be safe, you can always just pool first, i.e. 17 pool, 17 hatch, 17 gas. So, just quickly, what is our opponent doing? He opened up Forge into Nexus into Cannon, completely blind. Oh no, he did scout. Okay. So, see this. We're already kind of on a timer here. That cannon doesn't really mean much. As long as he doesn't full wall, we just don't need to fight this. We can just dive right into the main and get some probe kills. And he full walled. Okay, so we're not focusing. We probably wouldn't have been able to break that gateway in time anyway. So from this point on, we're behind. We just are. So yeah, he's down. We're only down 1 worker, correct? But you know, his natural's over halfway done and ours is just starting. He's also got chrono boost, which means he can get workers out faster than us for the time being. We're not in a good position. But let's see where we go from here. So what I would like to see from you is starting up another queen, because queens are going to be very, very useful for everything. Defending, creep spreading, injects, and we have another base on the way. You can't really have too many queens in the early game, so just keep making them. We are floating a lot of money. We could expand again, but that does come with its own risks. So what are we really thinking about doing here? We're on 19 drones. We've got 6 lings, which we're supposed to make 10 again. We didn't even make a lot, but that's okay. It actually worked out well for us in this because I have a feeling this guy's ignoring everything and he's going to go straight to carriers because he hasn't made a single unit other than probes. We'll talk about that in a minute, what we can do when we're in these situations. So we're going for a Baneling Nest. I don't hate it, but here's the thing. When you're playing versus Protoss, Banelings are awesome, but they do require a bit more micro. And while they can be way more cost effective than going roaches, they can also bite you in the ass really hard. The safest way to play it from this point on would just be Queen Roach. Just drone as much as you can, make anywhere from 4 to 6 safety roaches just to have, and just nonstop Queen drone production. So Stargate's just going down now. We're starting a layer. We're only on 2 bases still, and we're floating a lot of money. We're also supply blocked. So what do we have in production right now? 1 Overlord. Like, I would... Let's just go. Let's just see what happens here. So we have 0 map vision. We really haven't checked too much since our failed 13 pool. So we really do not know what our opponent is up to. And a general rule of thumb versus Protoss, it doesn't matter if you scout or not. It doesn't matter what you see if you scout or not. You want spore crawlers. You want at least 1 spore per base. And the timing for that should be around 3:30. The reason we do 3:30 is because that's early enough that they'll be finished before any Stargate unit arrives unless it's proxied. But it's also late enough that it's not going to be as big of an economic hit. And just 1 spore per base. I'm a little concerned that we're still on 2 hatches versus someone who's basically went Nexus first. So a general rule of thumb when you're playing Zerg is if you're even on bases, you're behind. When you're 1 more base at, like, if you have 1 more base than your opponent, you're even. Just because of how Zerg economy works. We value quantity over quality. Our units, like the Banelings, kill themselves. We need to have a bigger economy than every other race to constantly keep replenishing our units. So Zoracle comes in here. No spores. How much damage is it going to get? Oh. You know, it might not see... Okay, we're up to 4 kills. That really sucks. 6, 7. Ugh. And he keeps the Oracle alive. No, okay, we killed it. That's something. But, you know, 7 worker kills is huge under normal circumstances. But we're already down so many workers. This is looking very bad for us. If I was in your shoes, I mean, honestly, the game's kind of over. But you can do one of 2 things. You can either go all in at this point, hold down the Z key, constantly keep making Zerglings and try and bust your way through and end the game. Or you can just hope and pray, throw down another hatchery, and just keep holding D and hope that your opponent doesn't harass you to let you get back up to like 60, 70 drones. Because we're just in a very bad spot. And unfortunately, we kind of did this to ourselves. So one thing to note about Banelings, whenever we're going to play Banelings, doesn't matter what the matchup is, rocks are not our friend. They can be in some situations, like let's say you're playing against a Terran player, or even this Protoss player. Let's say he sends all of his charge lots up here. They're going to clump up and the Banelings might get a better connection, but that's pretty rare. So we want to break down these rocks because these Zerglings are just idle. They're not doing anything. Break these rocks so we can have much more surface area, especially with the creep, so we can get that full surround and get a better Baneling connection. He's about to have 2 carriers. The critical number for carriers is 6. Once they hit 6 is when you really have to start thinking, okay, am I going all in with Hydralisks or am I going to start playing the late game? 2 is a threat, but it's not a lot. Just back up. Just back up. Oh, he could just warp in more sentries. Yeah, no, we just lost 3 Banelings for free to that cannon. No, you can't Bane bust someone like this. You just can't. They're gonna keep making sentries. He's got the gas for it. So what's plan B? We're making a bunch of Hydralisks. We're gonna go right into a Lurker Den. Okay. We're not working with a ton of gas here. Still have a gas in our main. We still don't have. Oh, we do have. Okay, we do have spores finally, but these are super late. So I'm just gonna pause this right now. We will watch the rest of it, but let's just be very clear about one thing. You've lost this game, and it really doesn't have much to do with what the Protoss player did. This has a lot more to do with what you did. Your 12 pool, 13 pool, right off the bat didn't work out, which it happens, you know, it sets you behind. But from that point forward, the information you got, he doesn't even have a gateway down. He just has a nexus and a forge, and he's going to build cannons. He's going to be defensive as hell. He doesn't have the ability to even make a zealot for another minute. So we need to be greedy as hell behind it because we are behind. In your situation, I would have double expanded, held down the drone key, and just made queens. Queens and drones. But we kind of didn't. We kind of just sat idle. And we've done more damage to ourselves. And then that Oracle was huge. Oh, we don't have a lot of banelings. Like we've got 7 here. Why? We've got more than enough lings and hydras to kill all this stuff. And there's nothing here. Why did we use all of our banelings? Playing Ling Bane Hydra is very viable. It does work, but it requires a lot more practice and a lot more micro. It's a different skill set than playing simply Roach Hydra. If Spire's done, we're going straight into Corruptors. Is this guy just gonna go carrier Colossi? Yeah. He does have Storm though, does he not? Yeah, he does. Okay. So let's look at this objectively. We've got the Death Ball over here. This is his army. He's got a couple sentries. You know, he doesn't want Ling Run By to come in. This guy is so fucking defensive. Holy shit. So we fight the Death Ball, we're likely going to lose. If we look at the army supply, yeah, we're a little bit ahead, but it's just because we have a lot of Lings. Like, Hydralisks are just not that great, especially when you've got shield batteries and even a single Colossi. Its carriers aren't nearly as big of a threat to the Colossi as to the Hydralisk as a single Colossi is with these batteries. So we really like he's not producing any more carriers, which is really strange. Like he's just taking a big gap on them. He's floating more than enough money. We again have 2 options. We can start taking the entire map because we can already tell from the 11 minutes we played this game, this guy is super defensive. He's not harassing you other than the one Oracle. He is committed to keep like slowly take one base at a time, build a bunch of batteries and cannons, and get to this, you know, golden armada. You can either break them before that happens, but it's too late now, or we can take the entire map. That way, all we have to do is defeat their army once because we'll have a big enough bank to just keep remaxing and kill them. So let's look at it. A minute, it's gone by. We got more carriers. Up to 3 carriers, 1 Colossi. He's now going to a Dark Shun. This guy is all over the place. So one thing I'd really like to see from you, first off, this observer's been there for quite a while. We have, do we even have an overseer? No, we don't. That's a big oof. One thing I'd really like you to try and get into the habit of is I understand it's platinum, but we're shooting for the stars here. I don't want to teach you things like how to win a game at platinum level. I wanted to teach you how to win a game, so it just scales infinitely. Once we get down our hive, a couple vipers, like 2 or 3 vipers, are huge for 2 reasons. Yeah, parasitic bomb is nice. Blinding cloud, it can work in this matchup. It's more versus Terran and Zerg, but abduct is huge. If we can abduct this Colossi and our Hydralisks can kill it, all of a sudden we have a way better time fighting this army. So a couple Vipers can honestly turn the tides. Okay. I also do not like this because when we go into lurkers, this is kind of for your level, but it does work. This guy, he never remade his Oracle. So he's got 3 observers, which means he's completely reliant on observers and cannons for detection. If we make a couple overseers, the very first thing you do, as soon as you see that observer flying in, doesn't matter what you're fighting, snipe the observer, let the lurkers do more damage. Protosses will need to learn how to use oracles for revelation. It's the only reliable way to deal with lurkers. If you rely on observers, you're going to lose the game. This guy is really just not producing much of anything. Like, you honestly could win this game right now. You've got 33 Hydralisks, 6 Lurkers, 6 Corruptors, a handful of Lings. He's got 5 Void Rays, 3 Carriers, and a Colossus. Like, yeah, he's got High Templar. The Storm will be a little bit difficult to deal with, but we have Lurker Tech. And did we get any Lurker? Yeah, we almost got Lurker range done. So as soon as that finishes, we can just go in there and bully him. We can win this game. Okay, quick run by. Oh, no, don't tell me we're going to F2. Yeah, we don't have any army. No. Okay, so we're going to get into the habit of this. We're going to create an army control group. So it looks like you use 1 for hatcheries, 3 for your lurkers, so specialty units. Let's take this big chunk and go 2. And we're going to take another chunk, a smaller chunk, and we'll go 4. And we'll leave them over here to defend little run-bys. Because you pulling your entire army out of position, well, you still can win the game from here. You pulled your army back for a couple seconds and hesitated. That bought him just a couple seconds, and sometimes that's all it takes to lose the game. Okay, we're not microing at all. Throw the lurkers. Pull the hydras back. Pull the hydras back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. And now we're not looking. We're not looking at our army. Oh no, this was not the time to inject. Holy crap. Let's just look at what happened while you were injecting. Look at this. Our hydras are running around in a circle. And they're just eating storms. We ended up, not a terrible fight, but that could have been so much better. Yeah, he's only got 3 carriers. Yeah. All his High Templar are dead. Go in, kill them. Win the game! Oh, no. Oh, no. We have nothing at home. Oh, no. And while we were distracted with the DT run by, we weren't target firing at all with the Hydralisks, and we lost everything because they were busy killing interceptors. Oh, no. Still not an overseer. Oh, we do have 1 overseer. I don't know where it is, but... Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Let's look at the units lost tab. Yeah. We're not doing so hot right now. We're very far down on upgrades. Like, we're not really transitioning to anything else. We're 16 minutes into the game. We're just retaking our 3rd, and we're just committed on Hydratech. At this point, once again, it is GG. But let's see what happens. Yeah, we're going to lose that again. We just have no map vision. Our creep is... It's okay. Honestly, it doesn't... You've got enough, I guess. It's just up here that's lacking. All up here. We just need a little bit. Obviously, the more creep, the better, but we're talking bare minimum. We just have no vision of anything coming from here, right? We don't even know, are these rocks broken? No. Need back at industries. Okay, so where's our Protoss friend? Where's his army? Not doing anything. So we're bringing the queens. We're going for it. This is do or die. Forced to cancel. Okay, we got to be careful with our infestors and special units here. I have a feeling this was made by accident. Yep, snipe for free. That's a lot of money down the drain. The queens aren't doing anything. They're not transfusing. They're not attacking. They're just walking. They're just walking. We're not even attempting to split from the storms. Storms do not stack, and this player does not know that. He's just throwing them down like they're going out of style. You said no target fire. No nothing. I mean, it does not matter what happens from here. That is the end. We can't just remax on Banelings and kill him. We can try. For damn sure we can try, but... How many Colossi does he have? It only has one, but this guy's just not doing anything. Like, he hasn't produced a unit in a long goddamn time. There we go. He's finally starting to produce something. Here's DT Blink. So what was it that finally made you tap out here? So you're going to move across the map? Oh, looks like one more run by, and that's probably going to be it, hey? Race takes 0 skill. Okay, well, I can, understand your frustration, Salt. You did more damage to yourself than he ever did. And it's just the cold, hard reality of it. It really is. For a composition like this, where he's just going pure High Templar, basically, with a couple carriers and a single Colossi to back him up, 2 or 3 Void Rays, whatever, all you needed to do was Lurker, Hydra, Roach. That would have beat this. Roaches don't take any bonus damage. Well, roaches don't take that much damage from Storm. They do, but I mean, they survive a lot better than Hydralisks do. Roaches can also deal with Archons a lot better, and they can also deal with the Colossi a lot better. Hydralisks will inevitably deal with the Interceptors, the Void Rays, the Carriers, and Lurkers will delete all of these High Templar. Like, this guy isn't microing whatsoever at all. He doesn't even have his army hotkeyed, nor do you. So you're both playing A move F2. So if you had a couple Lurkers, you would have won that game. If you want to be overly safe, burrow a couple Lurkers at each base so run-bys don't get you. Make a couple Spine Crawlers. The fact that you're not using army control keys is what killed you big time in this game, because the run-bys were just relentless. And when I say relentless, I mean he would do it once every 3 minutes and you still had nothing in position. This was you. I'm sorry to say, man, this game was you. But let's quickly jump into the second one. Ironically, your name is Hero Viper, but you just refuse to make Vipers. That would have helped immensely. Okay, we're a little bit quicker off the bat this time. I'm digging it. And we're not going to go for an early pool. Awesome. We pulled the one with minerals. That's okay. Oh. Okay. We didn't have to do that. If they hatch block us, you can just take the third. It's really not that big of a deal. And especially in your MMR, all you'd have to do is move the drone over here, and he's going to go, oh, I'm going to block you over there. So you pull another one down. Make that your natural and just bring that drone back. You didn't have to go pool first. So, again, that's a decision that doesn't put you super far behind, but a little bit it does, and that's something you have to adjust for. Let's take a look at what our opponent's doing. What the fuck is this guy doing? Did he think you were Protoss? He's got no wall. This isn't even a PvP wall, because typically with PvP, this gateway needs to be up 1 pixel. So it needs to be right here so that there's a 2x2 structure, so a pylon or a battery can block the wall. This would take 2. So you could literally, if you 12 pulled, you would have run and won the game. This guy's remarkably bad. I'm going to chrono out 2 adepts. I'm digging the fact that we just made the 2 lings because we were forced to go pool first. So now we can go and scout. That's a fantastic play. I'm digging it. We're not looking for damage. We've got them rallied. We're just looking to scout for information. Absolutely. However, this Overlord should have checked quite a while ago. So in production, we've got Queen. Let's go. Let's get another Queen queued up. We can take our third anytime. So typically you want to get your third base down between like 2:30 and 3 minutes. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to saturate it, but Zerg need more hatcheries because all of our units are produced out of there. We're just limited. It's like if we don't make our third hatch early enough, it's essentially like a Terran player on 4 or 5 bases who's got 3 barracks playing bio. It's just not enough. He can't produce units fast enough. That's why we need to get our third down. Okay. Again, we have no micro. All we would have to do is pull the drones. We don't need to fight them like that. Unless we can get a surround, there's no point in fighting with drones. So we did lose some workers there. Yeah, we lost 6 workers. That really sucks, especially in the early game. When you lose 6 workers at 10 minutes in, that sucks, but it's not nearly as big of a deal as it is in the first 5 minutes. Okay. We're on our toes. No. There's 4 adepts. We don't have a lot of lings. We are not looking to fight off creep. 2 reasons. Creep speeds up our units. It allows us to get the surround. Zerglings without a surround are useless. We need to get the full surround in all these adepts. 2, we have nothing to defend up here. This doesn't matter. Adepts don't shoot up, and we don't own any property over here, This is, free parking, a monopoly. Doesn't matter. No one owns it. We need to protect this. So let's back up. All we have to do is keep following the shade. He's not going to commit to that shade if those lings are on top of it. See? What are we producing? We have 10 more lings. I mean, you kind of need a couple more lings. 10 seems a bit excessive, but whatever. What are we looking at? No. Oh, the shade's going to finish, and we're going to lose a bunch of workers. Oh my god, you were so lucky he canceled that. We got to start control grouping our lings, our army. This is painful to watch. And no, he's going to finish the shade now. I know it's annoying, but until you have enough lings to split up so you can send up here and up here, you have to follow the shade. If they cancel, so be it. We'll run back. But the threat of that shade committing is much bigger than the threat of them moving forward a little bit, because we can always pull the workers. But now we are so far out of position, we're just going to lose more. He doesn't even have glaives. Like, this was... Let's just take a look at what our opponent's doing. Okay, so behind this, he went Robo. He got a Twilight, but he's not doing anything with it, including even building a structure locked behind the Twilight. So I don't know. How many workers have we lost? We're up to 10 losses. That really sucks. We're at 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and we're just starting our third. So our production's been hindered like crazy. For reference, we usually throw down our 4th hatch around 5:36 minutes. We still don't have any spores. So we got to get in the habit of it. Again, even if you look at this, doesn't matter. I don't see a Stargate. Cool. I see a Twilight. there's a good chance that there might be some DTs. Or there might be a warp prism because there's a robo. Spores will always find use. You don't need to mass them unless you know you're against like pure carrier, pure battle cruise or something like that, but you do need at least one spore per base. It's just a hallucination. He's just scouting, something we really need to get on top of because our map vision has told us robo, which you see a robo in PvZ, you count on aggression. It's going to be aggression. No one, maybe in Platinum it's a little bit different, but robo means aggression because of the threat of mutalisks, purely. This is why Stargate openers are a thing. They have been for ages and ages and ages because of the threat of mutalisks. Okay, so whenever we're going to Bane bust, first off, he's already got sentries. I am a Grandmaster Bane buster, for the lack of a better term. This is what I love to do. I love to Bane bust. I know so many different ways to Bane bust. There's lots of tips and tricks, just like cannon rushers. I understand the premise of cannon rushing, and I can do it to a certain degree. But if you put me up against a guy like Printf or Turkey Dano or something, no, I can't compete with those guys because they study the cannon rush. They know everything there is to know about the cannon rush. I kind of feel like that's me with Bane busts. First off, let's just back this up because this might help you in other matches when you're not far behind. If we're ever planning to Bane bust, we have to send a reasonable amount of lings, a believable amount. You can't send 3, you can't send 5. It has to be an even number. It has to look like we just made these lings. I usually like to send 4. So we send 4, and we just scout what the wall looks like. If I saw the 2 or 3 sentries that he has there, plans off. It's not going to work. Now, when we do decide, let's say we get up there and there's not a lot. We pull back. We know that now. The Banelings have to go first. Because if the Zerglings go first, the Zerglings are going to body block the Banelings and they're going to get sniped off. So the Banelings have to go first, but the Zerglings need to be tight on their ass. So whatever these things blow up, the Zerglings are immediately in behind them. That's the most efficient, easy way to Bane Bust. That's Bane Bust 101. The way you do it, so we clearly illustrate what we're about to do, and then we body block all of our Banelings with our Zerglings. Now this guy, what's he looking at? He is not paying attention right now. If we had just pulled these back and just went in, because our target, ideally we'd like to just blow up the sentries and get the pylon, but it's going to take way too many Banelings to blow up this Robo or Forge. We just want to break our way in. But we body blocked them. We took too long. We had a shot there, a very small shot, but now we're just going to let our Banelings die because we refuse to pull back. If you want to Bane bust, my man, I'll happily help you, but you got to work on it because if you say Protoss OP because you didn't Bane bust properly, no, man, it's kind of on you. Okay, so he's going straight into Colossi. We just refuse to build a Roach Warren. Even if you never use it, like 3:30, 4 minutes-ish, you should be just throwing down a safety Roach Warren, just in case. Because if they went Charge or Glaive or anything, yes, Ling Bane can beat that, but it takes a lot of micro and a lot of skill. Roaches are derpy easy. You could just pump out a few of those. So we've got 29 Lings, 8 Banelings, no Bane speed. Our layer's very, very late. Layer typically starts around 5 minutes. Can be a little earlier. Just depends on what build you're playing, what you're up against, what you scout. What are we producing here? So we got more Lings. Like, our injects are not consistent. Like, look, we've got almost 5 missed injects on this hatchery. We've got 2 queens up here. At least this one's injected, but meanwhile, what's our opponent doing? He's got to be getting ready to move out. Yeah, our layer's been done for a solid amount of time right now. We got to get Bane speed going. There we go. So we need to start hotkeying our tech structures. Now, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can either create an entire like key for it. I do that, and then you can just you group all of your tech buildings, all of them, into that hotkey, and you can just tab through them so you can get the upgrades without having to manually find them, click on them, all that shit. The other way that I know a lot of players do as well is you can actually just put them on the same control group as your hatcheries, because when you hit your hatcheries, they'll always default to the hatcheries first, so you can treat them just like normal. But if you hit tab, now you can start going through and you can do your upgrades without ever having to, again, scroll around and find them. I mean, we're making more banelings. I don't hate it, but we've got nothing to go with the banelings. You know, we don't have a Hydralisk Den. We don't have a Spire. We don't have a Roach Warren. Whenever you're playing against like Protoss, I mean, versus Terran, you can pull it off a bit differently. You can play pretty much Ling Bane till Ultra if you want. Um, but versus Protoss, not so much. Lingbane is awesome, but you need something to support it. Lingbane's always going to be the damage. Don't get confused. When I say Lingbane Hydra, Hydralisks are not the main source of damage. They are the supporting unit. Ling and Bane will always be the main source of damage whenever you're playing Lingbane anything. But they need some sort of support unit. So three most common, Lingbane Hydra, Lingbane Ravager, and Lingbane Muta. Those are, you need something else besides the Lingbane, because once all these Banelings blow up, if there's no backbone, the Lings are going to get shredded too. They're going to get damage done, but like the Colossi is just going to shred through everything. You have nothing once these Banelings blow up, right? So he's already got +2. Like we've got 0 map vision. We don't have any idle Lings that are on hold position sitting around the map. Like we need to, when you're going to play a macro Zerg, you need to be reactive. And part of being reactive is always knowing what's coming at you from where on the map. So creep obviously is huge for that. But until we get better, until we get to the point where we can comfortably start to creep spread a lot easier, and it's not going to hinder our other macro cycles, we just need to, especially because you're not control grouping your army, it should be very easy for you. We just need to send a Ling here, 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 on hold position. And we can also do the same with our overlords. Look at these 4 overlords just chilling. They're guarding this specific corner, right? But we have no map vision. We had no idea this was coming until we're already being, he's at our front door. So we're already at a very bad disadvantage for this fight. One of the very few micro techniques when it comes to Ling Bane, other than control clicking your Banelings so you can manually target them, is just getting us around. You think about it, what does this Protoss player have to do? Because it's so easy to say Protoss, a move, win. And if you let them do that, it is. That's totally the case. But if you don't let them do that, you'll realize that he has a lot more to do in this fight than you do. And I know you don't want to hear that, but if you came in from here, from here, from here, from here, you came in from all angles and you got the full surround, his army is not that powerful. It's going down. But since you're only going to come in from one angle, all he has to do is worry about force fields and just let the Colossi clean it up. That's it. You're allowing him to A-move win. You came in from all angles, he has to force field perfectly in a full circle to prevent you from getting that damage done. And do you think this guy's capable of doing that? I don't. Not considering how he fucking opened. God, no. So we're making no attempt to split our army. We are going to come in from one angle and one angle only. And exactly as I said it would. Now, Colossi do break force fields, which is funny. I don't think he knows that. Okay. You lost that game because you had very poor map vision. You had very bad macro. You had no army control keys. You had no... The map vision was huge. Your upgrades were behind. You had nothing supporting your Ling Bane. Again, as is in the first one, you did more damage to yourself than your opponent ever did to you. You set yourself up for failure and succeeded. And I don't mean to say that as a dick. I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to help you understand that while at times, yes, Protoss can be infuriating, these Protoss players, they didn't do much to you, man. You just did more to yourself. So I hope that helped. I hope you learned something. And thanks for watching. Take care.